I can
didn't
see
write it down
you,
because it
but I
kinda
can't
hides
hear
our
you.
age.
Okay.
Rick, good to have you back. Were you here?
Can you
were
hear us?
Last month's meeting?
Okay.
Okay, I was out west, this first one.
Rick, tell George if he had read the minutes, he would see that you were here.
No, it says absent George Clemens and Rick Snodgrass. Were you absent-minded that day or something? Why did?
Which one was it?
No, you were on there. I'm teasing.
Last one?
Yeah, maybe we want to correct it. They got him
Yeah.
absent?
No.
No.
No,
They
okay,
can't.
no,
they
they're just,
don't.
you're playing.
Kim
Oh,
doesn't get
I'm
things wrong. George
Yeah.
is just.
Stirred it
I'm like, I got
No, I'm just saying if George had read the minutes, he would know you were here.
He said that George had read the minutes, so I immediately
Well,
said, yeah, it
I
says
made
Rick
an awful lot
Clemens.
of motions if I wasn't here.
Yeah, you and Mike.
You've been here on the TV every time.
I was thinking
He was here
about
last
bringing,
month.
Yeah.
bringing
so he
my
said-
students to the Board of Works meeting on Monday, the day before summer school students.
Oh, you
But then I thought George is gonna be here, so I don't know if I do want to bring him in here. Yeah, all the
Bring
trouble.
him in.
Yeah.
You're too willing.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen.
What he's gonna do, I know, or what he's gonna say to him.
Any Jeremy?
No Mullins.
It's always great to see
Oh, it's
young
good
people
for
in
them to
this.
see.
Yeah, it
A lot
is.
of them never been, they don't know, yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
This is, at least you're not ashamed like the old, remember the old council chambers?
Oh, man.
All right,
I never had any, I mean, we didn't have any of that when we were in school. Mr.
we're gonna call the meeting to order. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Study that.
First thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Everyone should have received copies of that from Board Pack.
I move to accept as presented.
Having read the minutes, I will second that.
I read them, I just wasn't here to verify.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those favors say aye.
Aye.
Tim?
I'm gonna recommend, since we don't have audio, he can listen in, he'll know the meeting, but we'll just count him as not
Okay.
being
He's
here,
present.
since he can't. I don't know what the rules and regulations are electronic, but I'm pretty sure you probably gotta be able to say aye. I don't know, unless you have a different opinion,
Well, I think
Jeff.
our, tonight I was going through, Mike, correct me if, I don't know if you've looked at it yet, but our proposal for electronic meetings, I think he can at least be considered present.
Okay, so we consider him present, but
And
we'll
then
just,
you have enough votes here?
yeah, we got enough votes, so we'll just
Okay, good.
consider him present, but
Right.
then he'll, just won't be counted as a vote.
Okay.
Yeah,
You go with that, Tim?
yeah, that makes sense.
I voted yes, so
So it's
Approved.
unanimous,
Thank you.
the four of them.
claims.
We have a few. Barnes and Thornburg is for legal services, and I think this was for our ongoing Winona PBD taxpayer. I think the last resolution you'll approve today. And then A and Z is for 300 North and 200 West. 2 Selge payments. 125,000.
That was the only one out of redevelopment.
Okay, is that the only one? Okay, so one out of redevelopment, the other one is not out of redevelopment, all right. So the one Selge payment, which is for the plaza, and then a bunch of bond payments. The 59,000 is the Warsaw Commons, the 139,427 is Winona PVD bond, the 55,400 is the Winona PVD bond. The 25, I think that's another Winona PVD, but let me check. Yeah, the 25,000 is the third Winona PVD bond. 83,500 is the Buffalo Street bond. And then the 183,000 is the Airport Industrial bond. Those are all the bond payments. The $950 to Huntington National Bank is a bond maintenance fee for that, for the Buffalo Street bond administration fee. There is a Plu Shadley on here, but I don't know if she crossed it off on
That was
yours.
it was a
It
duplicate,
was a
so.
duplicate, so that is not in the claims list. That's all the claims.
Jeremy, can I ask, what are we engineering at 300 north and 200 west?
It's a gravel road, and so we're going to pave it. We don't have any gravel roads in the city.
Okay,
It needs to be paved.
right,
And the street department's kind of been bugging me for years.
right. I recall.
Yeah.
So they're engineering,
Well, there's no drainage,
okay.
so we have to figure out what we're doing drainage-wise, and we're gonna have to, it'll be a big project, so it'll be bid out. I'm guessing we're probably gonna be about 3 million for 300 and 200, so both roads. So 200 is gonna be kind of that, right now it'll be the, in between both sides of our tech park.
Down
and
to
then
30?
Down to 30.
Okay,
And then 300 North will continue on to the school, and there'll be some things happening at that corner at some point, probably maybe sooner rather than later.
okay. So 300
North,
headed west
yes.
for how far? To
200,
To 200?
yeah.
Well, the gravel part is,
It continues on from there.
yeah,
My understanding is we're going to do that section, and I think the county's gonna chip and seal where we stop.
okay.
And the biggest thing for us is we don't have maintenance equipment for gravel roads. And they've been harping on me for the last few years. So we need to do something.
Looking at the map, Jeremy, so you said from Madison 300 all the way to 200?
Yes,
200 goes to 30 like Mike asked?
yes.
That's what I'm, okay.
So it's those two roads. I don't have a time frame quite yet. We're still, because we want to do it with cash, so we may split the project up into two, we may split the project up into three, just depends on what the
Right.
total cost is. And we'll chip away at it over the next few years. That'll be kind of a project here and there that we do. There's some potential things that'll happen out there that we may change course a little bit. Maybe we don't do 200, maybe we'll switch and do a different project. It just kind of depends on what happens the next year or two.
So the gravel part,
Mhm.
help me, the
Yep.
gravel part runs east and west on the north side of the
Yes,
tech park?
yes,
300.
Okay.
Yep.
And that's gonna go west for how far?
to 200,
To 200?
yes.
And so where Sylvia's Crossing is, that road, what road is that? I thought that was 200.
It's 300. No, Sylvia's Crossing's 150 west, sorry, yeah.
150, okay, that's,
My bad,
so we're gonna do this stretch right here.
That's sort of cornered out right there,
Okay.
because Madison's right there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it's this stretch right on the north side of the tech
North-
park,
Yes,
basically.
and then the 200
Okay.
to 30. You know where he's talking.
Great,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't have the numbers quite right in my head. I knew the road. Yeah. There's not
So-
many gravel roads left.
No.
Confusing.
Well, and there's a huge intersection issue at 200 and 300. Grade-wise, it's a nightmare for the street department.
It
Because
goes yeah,
there's a huge hill there.
There
Well,
is,
when we get
there is.
heavy rain,
Yeah.
it washes that intersection
Yes.
out, and
Yeah.
it becomes a nightmare. And they have to continue to pack.
Okay.
That's
So,
true.
right now, he's gonna do a temporary patch that we've been trying to figure out how to get this done as soon as we can, but no matter how hard we try it's not gonna be done this year. So we're at least another year away from even getting to a project. So they're gonna do a temporary patch at that intersection, but it needs to be dealt with from a storm drainage issue because it washes out the road. And now that it's our road, before it wasn't our road,
There's another good point.
we didn't care, right?
Think about that.
Now that it's our road,
Mhm.
it's our problem. There's no storm pipe out. There's a couple of culverts that get plugged, they don't work. It's just a nightmare for the street department to maintain.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Just a quick question. I know Barnes and Thorpe are, all the time we use them. Why Blues Shadley? Do they specialize in,
They specialize in environmental
okay.
professional
I
services.
assumed that, but I just
And
curious.
they are the ones that are helping us with the Warsaw Chemical.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd seen that name, and I thought that was the case, all right. That's the only other question I have.
Jeff, any questions?
No, thank
Any further discussion? Do I hear a motion for approval?
I'll move we approve the claims as presented.
I can second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Thank you.
The next item is Resolution 210601, Northern TIF Amendment.
Yeah, so this is the final resolution to make, I'm gonna get the name correct here, if I can find it.
Kind of down that first front paragraph.
Is it? I can never remember the name of this company. I'm not seeing it.
So basically, we're consolidating the northern TIF, right?
No, so we already did that. They're gonna find it. Oh, come on, it can't be that
With regard
hard.
to the PDF.
Yeah, what's the name of this company though? We're making the people that are replacing Winona PVD a taxpayer, and they have a very long name, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. So Winona PVD stuff went to auction. This company bought a portion of it. The equipment's staying on the property. We want to make sure that we capture what taxes are generated off of that. Here it is, Cross PVD UV Coating and Finishing Corporation. So this resolution is the final resolution designating them a taxpayer. So in essence, they're taking over for Winona PVD. Different company, different products, so it's not really related to Winona PVD, but we want to make them a taxpayer to capture whatever personal property taxes they do pay to help pay for those Winona PVD bonds we had already issued. So that's what this resolution is doing. This is the final resolution. It began here a month ago. You approved, it went through the Plan Commission and the City Council, who both approved, and this is a public hearing. So we'll open it, Rick will open it up to the public, and this will be the final resolution that will designate them a taxpayer.
Okay, we'll open this meeting for any public comment for or against whatever of this resolution. Hearing none, I'll close the public comment portion of the meeting. Any questions on the commission's point? We've been through this once before, but
Council approved it, I see Mike moved it.
if not, do I hear a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
Thank you.
Budget discussion.
So typically I have budgets for you to review at this meeting, and then we approve them in July. I'm still working on some things. I did not get the budgets done in time for this meeting, so I will send them out to you. I'm trying to get a better grasp on what the residential TIF looks like. I've had some conversations with the county to see what information they could give me. And I'm trying to look at what homes and permits have been built so we can get an idea of what revenue might look like for those 2 residential TIF districts for next year. So I'll do my best to estimate what that looks like. With COVID, obviously last year's taxes were a little different. They were delayed. Didn't help. So there'll be some budgets coming your way, but we will have to approve them in July. So when I send them to you, please just review them and let me know if you have any questions. We can sit down. If there's that many issues, we can schedule a special meeting beforehand, but we will need to approve those in July. I don't expect it'll be much different. Northern TIF will just be its project list. We've got obviously a lot of projects we're looking at doing, 300 North being one. So we'll look down, look at the budget, see if there's a project we can do next year with the cash on hand, and go from there. Central District, similar. We've got the Buffalo Street project, the plaza's done. We're in the process of working on the Owens project, so that'll probably be our target project for next year. We'll be centric to the Owens property. Winona Interurban, we got the housing project that we're submitting to the state for. We'll see if we get that. So there'll be some funds that we'll probably target for that project.
Since you're in that general vicinity of the city, I've had some people asking me about the roundabout out there. Is that scheduled for next year?
Which roundabout?
At,
Yes. I don't know. So it's Winona's project. I believe yes.
okay.
But I thought it was like the next year for the last 2 years. So I'm probably not an expert on, but I believe that it is supposed to go to letting in like February of next year. So February 2022, I believe it's supposed to go to letting.
Thanks.
There are some storm projects that the city is working on in conjunction with that hopefully we can tie those two together.
That'd be good.
The only other thing I have here is, I did just get today, Lynn gave it to me, and we have till the 29th to sign it. So I am gonna ask Rick to sign this, but it is our annual disclosure report that Baker Tilly does for us concerning our bond issues, and it's just required for the bonding agencies. So they do our annual disclosure statement, and that gets submitted to the bonding agencies. That way, we're compliant with their bonding requirements.
No motion needed to accept it, or?
No,
Okay.
we just need to sign it and send it back to them so they can file it.
Okay.
Anything else, Jeremy?
That's all I got.
Any comments from Mike,
Nope.
George?
I can't think of anything.
All
Jeff?
good, thank you.
Okay. I don't have any.
I think our next meeting is July 12th or something like that.
Note that that's because of the holidays. so
Yeah,
it's the-
because of the holidays, so you have a little extra time.
Yeah.
You can look at those budgets. That'll be
I'm
good.
probably gonna need it.
Yeah, I guess well, there's an extra week.
I spent half a week before I went on vacation looking at them, trying to figure out how to calculate, or at least get an idea of what we're gonna see for our residential TIFs. And that's a lot of work.
Kim, is this your last meeting with us?
I don't know. Probably last one sitting here. I'll probably take her spot and we'll trade, and I'll be the backup next time.
Thank you.
And
You've
yeah,
been a big help to me. I appreciate it.
Yes,
a pleasure. Pleasure.
thank you. Don't be a stranger down there.
Well, I'll be at the street department. Most of you know, y'all can call me down there too.
Yeah, I keep telling people to call and bugger down there, but
It's working.
is it
It's-
working?
Yeah.
I'm going to for sure.
I didn't want her to get bored.
Okay, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Been moved, second?
Can you hear us now? No?
Okay, Dennis moved and seconded.
Do you have something for me to sign?
Yeah,
Just,
it's the first resolution,
Yeah, I've got
and-
some
I
things.
just-
Yeah, you're gonna have to sign this one from today, so don't skate out of here too quick.
all right, I just wanted to,
All those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
yes, absolutely.
Aye, it's all passed.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, you're
Good
welcome.
job,
Rick
man.
was
So Tim will have to sign
very
these
thorough,
minutes.
probably a
Yeah.
little more on the ball than Terry.
Rick
let's
needs to
tell us.
sign all these. Can you hear, you can hear us, can you talk?
We always say that.
Calling you